one of the things that was truly, ECW itself was very historic in the fact that the fans were not only a part of the show, but like the wrestlers were, but they were even more a part because they are the ones who almost made or break you, whether or not you are loved, hated, respected, no matter what. These guys, the ECW fans made ECW the originator that it was.
Yeah, I agree with that.
WCW, they ran shows or nitros, of course, nationwide in front of 20, 30, 40,000 people. But that's cool. That's great. That's nationwide, millions of people on TV. But the ECW in front of 500 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, but have those people screaming, and the fact that most of the guys, the other wrestlers, competitors, their egos were driven not by what belt they held or what status they held in the company, but their egos were driven by the matches they had.
Oh, yeah.
They really, really try to do each other on the matches.
Well, if you think back then, Scotty, back then you had WCW, so that's a different animal. You had the promoter or the heads of the organization, the back office, dictating who did what, where, why, and making the stars. Even in WWE today, that's what they do in the back office. ECW, you had a whole type of thing where the fans dictated whether they wanted you to be a star or not. No matter how much they push you,
exactly.
The fans who
exactly.
what you were going to be.
I mean, I'll be brutally honest and say this without repercussion, because I don't care what anybody else thinks or says or does. WWE has some of the best guys from Triple H, who I know very, very well, to the Hardys. They have some of the most incredibly talented, gifted athletes in the world, but every one of them want to be a celebrity. Every one of them want to be in movies. They want to use WWE as a stepping stone in a sense. I mean, you look at The Rock, you look at John Cena, who don't know wristwatch from a wristwatch, but he's their world champion, but he moves a lot of merchandise. I look at Raw, and I look at SmackDown, I look at Superstars, whatever they do, as basically 2-hour infomercials that sell pay-per-views, that sell merchandise, because if you notice, every wrestler walks out with their own t-shirt on.
Sure.
Every wrestler walks out with a WWE t-shirt on,
it's marketing,
pay-per-view t-shirt on.
It's marketing through. It's about selling products, and that's what they're doing.
It's all about, and Vince McMahon will be the first one to tell you, I'm not in the wrestling game. I'm a television show based on wrestling.
Yep.
Well, anybody else that's, and when you look back at it in the day, Raw versus Nitro, we used to do about 4.1, 3.8 to 4.1 on a Nielsen rating schedule, Nielsen ratings, and on our worst we do like a 2.9, which, just say it's 1 million viewers.
Right.
And then you'd have, and that'd be just Nitro, you'd have a 3.1. So that's 3.1 million people watching. And then Raw would have on its own accord, just say say 2.5, 2.5 million viewers. Nowadays, you look at the Nielsen ratings, and they're drawing 2 point what, or 2.2, somewhere along the line, 3 million people have turned away, 2 to 3 million people have turned away from watching wrestling because they know that what they're watching is not wrestling anymore. They're watching a TV show.
You know why, too,
an
Scotty?
episode.
Yeah.
And that just turns people stuck. They don't want to watch that. They want to watch wrestling. They want to be intrigued by the suspension of disbelief. They don't want to see somebody do all these flip-flops, chair shots, and tables, everything up, get up and have somebody do a 5-knuckle shuffle or a elbow drop and get beat 1, 2, 3 by Mr. Sacco. You know what I'm saying? They want to see a legit wrestling match. And that's what still sells tickets. People still want to see wrestling, whether they admit it or not, they do. They want to see what goes on in between the entrance and the exit. And if you look at it, you can still hear whenever I honestly still do watch every now and then a Raw or I rarely ever get to watch SmackDown, but every now and then I watch a Raw for the fun of it. I watch whatever. You can still hear the piped in cheers and boos, all that kind of stuff. And you can still hear out of like the top guys having matches, boring, this sucks, you can't wrestle. You still hear the stuff that they can't drown out.
Yeah.
You watch people on the other side of the hard camera, and what are they doing? They're watching the big old Jumbotron on their cell phones going, hey, look, I'm on TV, yelling at their friends. They're not even watching matches anymore.
Well, that's why you look at Dana White with UFC. Okay, that thing.
Oh, dude.
I mean, that is what's drawing the people now. That's going to be $1 billion business.
MMA has, I guarantee, don't want to, steal a maneuver here, but will definitely have the chokehold on the future of what, sports going to be like. Wrestling, mixed martial arts is the next venue of what people go to see. I mean, even football players, T.O., has his own reality show because he wants to be a celebrity. Yeah. Chad Johnson wants to be, or Ocho Cinco, excuse me.
Everybody wants to go Hollywood. Everybody wants
a celebrity.
They want to be Hollywood. They want to sit there, the glitz and the glamour, you know something? Like wrestling.
They don't want to be athletes anymore. Oh. That's one reason why I have so much fun, to be honest with you, wrestling independence, because I reconnect with the fans, and I get to get in the ring with guys who love wrestling. They don't do it because there's a camera on them. They don't do it because of a big paycheck. They don't do it because of anything. They do certain things because they love wrestling. And I'm not going to put myself through some table because some yahoo just wants to make 25, 50 people go, oh my gosh, did you see that? Yeah. I learned, thank God, through Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes, when I wrestled for Dusty Rhodes' promotion, Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, TCW. I was his heavyweight champion for 3 times over a year and a half span.
When was that?
That was right back around 2002, 2003.